everybody? All right now. This is a very interesting topic. You already know what time it is. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDVC. This is the Painful Excellence podcast. I don't know if this is going to ruffle some feathers. I don't know if I'm going to reveal some statistics that people might not know about, but I found this article and I just thought it was very interesting for us to talk about because it was things I was reading in the article that it just jumps out at me. You ever read something that it just jumps out at you? And you're like, wait a minute. You're reading it because it's like, wow, this seems pretty messed up. But then you're like, wait a minute, hold on. And something dawns on you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read this article and I'm gonna go through it as much as I can. And then I'm gonna come back to the family and I'm gonna ask, is it something that you notice? Now, first thing we notice is that it's 10:06. I normally start at 10:30, but I had to go early today because I don't have a morning show tomorrow because I gotta go to work early. I got things to do, so there'll be no Drew Titan LLC on my boxing channel tomorrow morning. So I had to do this early because I got to crash early. But salute to all the family. Love is the word. Jason Williams, my brother Bert. JC in the building. Alfred. Big Block. Monster Musa Lifestyle. Salute, bro. Smash the like button. Much love and appreciation. Share the video if possible. Here he is. Dr. Mark, how are you, brother?
What's happening, my brother?
All is well. I had to start a little early because I just realized I got to get up early in the morning. So I said, you know what? Let me just start this. Let me set this off.
Okay.
How you feel?
Oh, man. Excellent. Had a great day. I'm going to spend next few days with my mom.
Great. How's she doing?
She's doing better. I'm having to really be on top of these nurses, though. Boy, I tell you, you learn a lot when you're in situations like this with an aging parent.
Yeah, I know. I know the feeling. I'm going through that right now. My mother, and I got two aunts that are in their 80s. So yeah. Things are real. So Shawa, salute. Big Block, salute. So today I saw an article because sometimes I just randomly go through things,
right?
But I found this quite interesting. Salute, Phenomenal Mexican. He says, I know it's from last show, but have you seen the girl that dressed her 2-year-old daughter as a recovered UVL? Bro, I saw that. I was gonna do an isolated video on that. That was horrible. We'll get to that some other time, bro. But yeah, I did see that Phenomenal Mexican, and that was ridiculous. These parents are out of control. So I saw this article. My question tonight, Dr. Mark, is does racism and sexism work against Black women in the workplace? And before I go to the article, have you ever worked in an office setting where you visibly saw racism and sexism work against Black women? Have you ever witnessed it yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
To the sisters in the chat, let me know if you've seen it. I've seen it. I can say I've seen it. So I stumbled upon this article. It was an interesting read. And it says just that. Racism and sexism combine to shortchange working Black women. This was from August of 2019. All right, and it's written by a lady named Jocelyn Fry. All right, advancing racial equity and justice, building an economy for all, economy for equal pay, racial wealth gap, women's economic security, women's issues, women's leadership. Now off the bat, well, okay, just leave that. I'm just gonna leave her there. That's fine. Nobody sees a problem with that. That's fine. Okay, but let me get through some of this article And I'm going to stop mid-range. And I want to see if anyone is seeing what I'm seeing. Or maybe I'm just bugging. But let me read this. It says, the fight for Black women's equal pay must address race and gender biases that erode Black women's wages and undermine their ability to thrive. Okay, that's well written. It's great. You see a sister in here working in a factory. She's not in the office. This looks like Amazon or something. She's stuffing stuff in the boxes and stuff. Okay, salute to you, sister. Author's note, P.E.P uses Black and African American interchangeably throughout many of our products. We chose to capitalize Black in order to reflect that we are discussing a group of people and to be consistent with the capitalization of African American. Ruby. Black Women's Equal Pay Day arrives around this time each year, marking the estimated number of extra months, roughly 8 months, that Black women working full-time year-round in the United States must work into the current year to have earned what her white male counterpart earned during the prior year. Now, just let that marinate for 1 second. What did she just say, Dr. Mark? Did you hear what I read?
Right. Read that last part again.
Okay, the estimated number of extra months, roughly 8 months, that a Black woman working full-time year-round in the United States must work into the current year to have earned what her white male counterpart earned during the prior year.
Wow.
Okay. Now, let me just let that marinate. My brother Theo, the Do Better podcast in the building, salute. Now, I want y'all to keep that line in mind. Because I just breezed through this and I said, when I got to the end, I said, wait a minute. But let me see if y'all get a wait a minute moment. Okay, this year, this is from 2019, you guys. This year, Black women will have to work well into the month of August to catch up to the wages that white men earned in 2018 alone. In concrete terms, this means that Black women experience a pay gap every day, and this gap adds up. In 2017, for example, Black women earned 61 cents for every dollar earned by white men, amounting to $23,653 less in the earnings over an entire year. In the span of a 40-year career, this translates to an average lifetime earnings gap of $946,120 between Black women and white men. Let me stop right there. Does anybody have a what the fuck moment yet? And if you do, is it the same what the fuck that I'm having? I'm just checking. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and read this, and we're gonna come back because I got to the bottom of this, and I was like, wait a fucking minute. Okay, all right. The earnings chasm between Black women and white men is not new. Closing the divide, however, requires widening one's focus beyond numerical differences that tell only part of the story. It requires developing a deeper understanding of the different factors driving the wage gap for Black women, some of which consistently devalue their experiences and work and limit their future opportunities. It requires prioritizing reforms that specifically address the unique discrimination of Black women that Black women face at the intersection of race and gender. And it requires creating greater accountability and transparency in pay practices in order to surface and tackle the most persistent problems. Now, it says connecting the dots right here. Why equal pay matters to closing the wage gap. Okay, the gap in earnings between women and men, known as the gender gap, was fueled by multiple factors. Some of the gap can be attributed to factors that are measurable, such as differences in seniority and experiences, but these types of observable factors cannot explain a portion of the gap. It is this unexplained portion of the gap that is often described to reason that are harder to quantify and detect, such as discrimination. There is also a racial wage gap. We know it. They say Black women experience both race and gender gap that reflects in the intersectional reality of their daily lives. Okay, look, I get that. Have y'all had that moment yet? Like, have y'all had the what the fuck moment yet?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let me tell you what my what the fuck moment was. I read this and I'm like, yeah, you know, that's true. That's fucked up. Women do suffer a wage gap. But we do understand that women go to school and they get these degrees, and what do they end up doing? Psychology, something that requires them to do office work.
Yep.
Doctors, lawyers, things like that. They don't build shit. That's usually for us.
Right.
Okay. I know a few construction workers. They're six-figure men. I know one electrician. I know two plumbers. Two. They make damn good livings. I mean, six figures. One of my guys, they did some work in somebody's house, and he showed me what the price was. I said, Jesus, he's an electrician. And he said, yo, 1 hour worth of work. This is what they had to pay me. He's taking his family on vacation with the pay that he got. Okay? There was a mansion he had to work on up there in somewhere in New Rochelle. And I'm like, wow. Now, we could say it's a woman thing, but this woman is in here talking about it's a Black woman thing. We do understand. Let me remove this article for a second. I'm gonna pull up something else. This is very important because, you know, men get blamed for everything. And I just found it very, very strange. This is blackdemographics.com. And we're gonna go through this. I found it very strange that they're blaming racism as to why there's a wage gap. Now, I understand, for example, this would be illegal. When you get hired by the city of New York, let's say my job, bus operator. All right, I'm at top pay, so I have a certain amount of seniority. There's women, right, that are my boss. They're dispatchers. There's women that are superintendents. They make more money than me. There's women that are bus operators like me. It would be illegal for them if I'm making $40 an hour, and because she's a woman, they want to pay her $36. That's wrong. We're not talking about that here. What I'm talking about is women go to school, and Black women in particular are the most educated. They go to school the most. I don't mean they're educated. They go to school the most. They get these degrees the most. But a lot of them go to school and get these degrees and they don't use them. That's one thing. The other thing I want to point out is that when they do use their degrees, it's always in office work and they get narrowed down to a weird ass salary. But if you told that same woman, you can make $100,000 working in that office, and you have to deal with the bullshit of the imbalance in wages and stuff like that, or you could lace up your tin boots and work in all 4 seasons in New York and work that pile driver and pave that road, and you can make $200,000 a year. What do you think they would do? They would choose that office 100% of the time.
Yep.
So I'm looking at blackdemographics.com. Watch it. Salute, my brother. African American occupations, right? Right here it says men civilian employed population 16 years and over. Look, management, business, science, and arts occupations 24%. You go to the same jobs descriptions for women, it's 35%. Service occupations, men, 22%. Service occupations, women, 27%. Sales and office occupations, 18% for men, 30% for women. Now watch this, y'all. Natural resources, construction, and maintenance occupations, 10%. For women, 1%. Watch this. Production, transportation, and material moving occupations, 26%. For Black women, 8%.
Whoa!
What? So now, is it really, let me ask you, Dr. Mark, is this really wage discrimination? Is the majority of it is wage discrimination in this era of cancel culture and, Me Too? Can men afford to discriminate by way of gender and color? Can they afford to do that in this era right now? Or is it because of their choice of occupation? What do you think?
Well, I think it has a little bit to do with choice and occupation, but I think that there is racism and I think sexism still plays a very important part. And something that I'd like to add to this, which really kind of feeds into some of the other discussions that we've had, is this is the very reason why we have got to get ourselves together from a perspective of our relationships with one another, because instead of focusing on, men and women need to stop focusing on climbing the corporate ladder and becoming the corporate ladder. Because instead of giving your skill set, because many times you're right about choice in career, because most people, men and women, typically end up outside of their degree. If you have a degree, and many of the big wage earners don't necessarily have a college degree, they just have a high paying job, they have a high skilled job, and they have gotten certified, and now they're making an astronomical amount of money or better than average wage. And so that does have play into that factor. But I think the more important thing as it relates to our Black and brown people in this country, we need to start looking at coming together, finding people that have a common interest, and saying, as opposed to me giving all my skill set to corporate, why don't we come together and build a corporation together? We have got to start thinking that way, and we've got to start teaching that, because if we don't, we're not just going to be left out from a gender and from a racism perspective. We're just going to be left out completely. And so we have to start looking at our opportunities different and stop waiting on anybody to be fair, because they're not going to be fair. We have to take what it is that we want. We just have to make different choices and bring those opportunities collectively and build them together as a couple.
I agree wholeheartedly. We got to crawl before we walk, and that is definitely the goal.
Right.
We got to come together as a cohesive unit and make that happen. So I agree. Our sister Shauna says, plus there's a certain level of prejudice in hiring women in construction, electricity, and plumbing also. I would say maybe a decade or so ago, probably more than that, but nowadays it's not as severe as it. I'm not going to say that never existed. Of course it did. But what I will say is it's not as rampant now, because this cancel culture in the last 5 years is something different. Matter of fact, in the last decade, it's something different. If a woman walks into a place and says, look, I can work construction And if you tell her no, it's like you have to have a detailed description as to why you're telling her no. Because all she got to do is get a lawyer and they'll sue the pants off you for prejudice. Now, here's what I will say, Shauna. Here's what I will say. It is hard, and I've heard of this. Rod, salute. For a person of color to get unionized.
Yep.
Because these construction companies, they're the good old boys.
Yep.
And you'll see uncles and godsons and cousins and nephews and my cousin Vinny, and you got to talk to Uncle Paulie, and Paulie got to talk to Uncle Peter, and Peter got to talk to Uncle Vinny, and it's all the good old boys backslapping, and they look out for their own. And let me explain something to you. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right.
They figured out generational wealth. Why wouldn't you, if you own a construction company and you're unionized, right? You want your kid, once he turns 18, while he's figuring life out and going to school, maybe he don't want to work construction, but you want him to have his own income source. So you say, while you figuring out whatever you want to do, you're gonna come work for me so you can have your own money. Okay, so it's hard for someone outside the group to get into a union. That's difficult. That I will say. Nowadays, I think it's not as severe for a woman to get hired. But let me tell you what we have to be, as men, we have to be on point with. Let me remove this. Because now the pendulum is swung from one extreme, with women not making as much money, and that's a fact in our community. That's a fact for all women. Y'all make less than men. That's just what it is. That y'all make less money than men, and it's not because of prejudice. It's because of what you choose to do. Let's not get it fucked up. All right? But let me show you this. This is the shit we gotta look out for. I did it. I talked about this before. Y'all remember this? Huh? Y'all see that? Destroy a man now. Acronym, damn. You remember this? I ain't never letting this go. A wave of sexual misconduct allegations about powerful men have exploded recently in the media. A bold social movement has begun with brave women coming forward and being applauded for speaking out and sharing their stories of abuse, discrimination, and harassment. As a result, accused men like Harvey Weinstein, Matt Lauer, Charlie Rose, and dozens more have been removed from power and are suffering the consequences. Now listen to this, y'all. In How to Destroy a Man Now, acronym DAMN, Dr. Angela, this is a doctor, right? Apparently. Dr. Angela Confidential, a business psychologist. She's a psychologist, y'all. Consultant and human resource professional. Empowers women with a step-by-step guide for destroying a man's reputation and removing him from power. In easy to understand terms, the handbook reveals and explains the fundamental dynamics between allegations, media, and authority as they relate to male misconduct in today's society. It also unveils and details practical, real-world methods for leveraging allegations, media, and authorities to dethrone a man from power. So now let me ask y'all, family. You own a company. You feel safe hiring a woman? Coming in there with her feminist nonsense? With that book in her back fucking pocket? Now we got to protect ourselves. You see what I'm saying? This shit here is crazy. This is crazy talk, and it's for sale, y'all. So this is in the back of our mind now. Do you even want to be bothered? This is the shit men got to deal with. Is this being spoken about? How many sisters are on YouTube condemning this shit? I know of 2, but literally it's just 2 sisters. You see this? Do you see? This is a real book for sale, y'all. Dr. Mark, your thoughts?
Wow. I mean, I don't even know where to start with that. Um, I'm going to go back to this. I believe, and everything that you said is right. There's so many different reasons why this happened, but it still comes back. You made a very good point when you were talking about the unions and how smart they were about putting themselves in a position for generational wealth. And I agree with you that there is a point of we have to crawl before we walk. But see, we really don't have time to crawl anymore.
You're right.
We've got to move rapidly, and it starts with us. We've got plenty of talent in our community. We've got our women are extremely educated. They're in positions where they're giving a lot of their extreme talent to people that will discriminate against them, not just because they're a woman, but also because they're black or brown. So when we understand that, we have to say that if you can work effectively in an environment and bring value to the environment, you can also bring that same value for yourself. And I think that we have to realize that the fight that we're fighting against our own best interest. And in order for us to win, we're going to have to look at it like others and said, we got to start building generational wealth now. It's not about whether or not we have the ability to do the work. We've been doing the work. We just have to start doing it for ourselves.
Let me say this, and I agree 100%. It's already clear to me. You know, I've seen a lot of things off of TikTok that get shared on Instagram. Look, I've made peace with the fact that a lot of women just don't like men. That's just it. We're just not gonna get along. A lot of the sisters want to divest. I say good luck with that. I don't wish hell on you. I don't. I want y'all to do what makes y'all happy. If y'all say getting away from black men and make you happy, fine. If y'all say getting away from all men and you're gonna start eating carpet, if that's your answer, fine. What I want you to do is be happy. But can we just bury the hatchet and work together and build some generational wealth? Can we do that? Can we work together? Is your relationship that bad with us? Can we make some money together? Can we make a real community? It's impossible to make a community without making a family. Do y'all see what my show is gone now?
Yep.
I pointed out females' problems. I pointed out men's problems. Well, first of all, when I started my channel, I started talking about how I was a fabulous fuck up growing up. I was letting you know I wasn't perfect. Getting chased out of Brooklyn by gangs and shit over tail. Come on, man. But I'm here to tell y'all about it. Then I started talking about problems within the black community.
Right.
I started talking about how I see what black women are doing. Then I started telling you about what I see black men doing. And I gave you the real facts, the data, the statistics. It's only 16% of black men that are fucked up. And women are choosing these guys. But that has to work itself out because now, Dr. Mark, you're absolutely correct. We're out of time, man. But since the relationship thing is not going to work out and the sisters look, I've done a lot of research. We say you're overweight, y'all say y'all not changing. Okay. We say, yo, look, we need you to lose weight because we want you to be healthy. You say we're fat shaming. Look, I'm not arguing with y'all no more. I'm not doing it. But there's a lot of things that I've seen over the last week and I'm like, oh shit, it's almost up. Time's up. Can we at least sit down and make a fucking deal? Can we come to an understanding? Yo, look, you don't like me, I don't like you, but you know what? These other motherfuckers, we're turning around and fighting with each other, hammer and tong, and they built another building over there. They built another school over there. They're raising their kids over there. Oh shit, they're in our neighborhood telling us we're gonna buy your buildings and where you live, and we're gonna gentrify your shit. You gotta move back across the river. South Bronx is no longer the South Bronx, it's called Sobro. Okay, we made fun of growth. What up? We made fun of gentrification. Look, the Brooklyn that y'all came to see Deontay Wilder in, I told everyone that was there for the first time, I said, yo, listen, 15 years ago, this shit here, no. This is a tourist attraction now. Before the Barclays was built, you couldn't walk 2 feet out that train station without a crackhead walking on you, stumbling on you, asking you for $5. This was fucked up. This shit right here, white people coming, what? Harlem, have y'all seen it? The South Bronx, they're building skyscrapers. Those fucking buildings, if I had the bread, I'd move right into one of them. Because I swear to God, the view on those things, the Manhattan skyline, oh my God, my peoples own the hip hop bistro that's on the block right there. I said, did y'all know y'all was stumbled upon this growth? He said, man, we bought this place. It was a wing and a prayer. We did not know that these white folks would be moving right up in here. And they're infatuated with our culture. So my people's gonna be millionaires, and I'm so happy for them. I'm so happy for them. So what I'm saying is, I'm proactive. I'm not reactive. See, that's what I'm saying. If that sister that was in here trying to come for my skull, if she'd have just waited a minute, if she'd have just clicked the link so we could have a conversation, she'd have understood where I was going. I wasn't talking to y'all out of hatred. I was talking to y'all out of love. Because let me tell you something, men ain't perfect either. I know that. I just told y'all last week, I just ran into this dude and I'm like, whoa. What you mean you got 5 kids with 5 different women? What the fuck? And he was telling me like it's normal. You know, bitches ain't shit. No, nigga, get out of here. What do you mean? No, he don't rep me. He don't. But he's a handsome brother, Rick Fox looking ass nigga with green eyes. He will get every girl in the world. And they won't realize he's a bum until after a few orgasms. And that's a Pookie. He's the 16%. This is what I'm saying.
Yep.
This is what I'm saying. Shaq, he's still sleeping with 2 of his baby's mamas, the last 2, and got a fiance who works for sanitation. And he's up to his eyeballs in child support. Wait till that paperwork goes through. And she's a short little chunky monkey. Cute in the face, but she's heavy set. And this will be the chick he'll destroy her credit, destroy her, ruin her, and in 2 years she'll be on here on YouTube screaming niggas ain't shit. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And I told y'all, he's on alert right now. He lives in New York. Brooklyn to be exact. Watch out. Don't say that I didn't warn you. So what I'm saying is, since sisters want to do what they want to do, because the numbers, and this is what I'm saying, the numbers are in our favor. All right, we make more money. And the reason why I picked this article is because there is racism and sexism in the workplace. There's no doubt about it. I'm not denying that. But what we're not going to do is leave it on that. Because we can work past that if we work together. Now, the reason why I pointed out this fucking that article was because, did you notice how the black woman that wrote that was comparing black women to making as much as white men?
Yeah.
Did you peep that? Chat, did you peep that? She said, we don't make as much as white men. And I read the whole article. I said, what the fuck? No mention of black men. Sisters, on average, y'all don't even make as much as black men.
Right.
Y'all don't. Y'all really don't. The stats support what I just told you. Look it up.
But you know what? You know what, Drew? One of the reasons why, in my opinion, that she didn't mention that in the article, because if she said that, then it wouldn't support the narrative that's being pushed. And the narrative is that they're making so much more than the black man, so they don't even bother to compare us. So, but if they use the real numbers, then it would say, well, then now you can't use that argument anymore because it's not true.
Right. Now, sidebar, our brother Rod Neal said, so is a female school teacher in position of power while sleeping with all these male students. I did a show about these teachers that all got caught sleeping with male students. And there was one story about a week ago. They caught another woman. These be young teachers, and teachers ain't look like that when I was in school. And when I was in high school, there was one hot teacher, and she was in her early 30s. But her husband came and got her from work every day, some big giant Debo looking dude. Oh, okay. All right, JC. We send JC this link. But when we talk about position of power, all right, bro, I sent it. When you talk about position of power, that's a prime example of like sometimes, and these be white women too, by the way. These be white women getting caught sleeping with 15, 16-year-olds. You understand? So nobody's saints here. All right, everybody's fucked up in some way, shape, or form. At this point, since some women, because I'm not going to paint all women with the brush, since some women are like, you know what, fuck y'all, I'm not fucking with y'all. Look, fine. I ain't trying to get in your pants. You're too broken. You refuse to get therapy. You swear you know what's your problem. Fine. Okay. Any woman that feels like that about black men, look, fine. But if you could come to the table and say, look, we got a business proposition. I can get some backing, but I'm gonna need your help for whatever skill you got. Let's make a deal. Because we gotta do something, baby. We gotta do something. Because this is out of control. I just read this article and I'm like, they're trying to compete with white men. Y'all not even competing with us as far as the workforce. Y'all don't compare to us because we do different duties. And that's by way of choice. It's by way of choice. So some of this putting racism and sexism aside, matter of fact, I don't even want to count sexism at this point. Because in this era, this was 2019, in this era of Me Too and cancel culture, dudes just don't want no smoke. They don't even want to deal with these women. They don't want no smoke. They don't want no smoke. What I do know is that there's no women construction workers like that. Out of 10 men, there'll be one woman with a pile driver. And still in all, I could put in male jobs on YouTube right now and show several jobs that no woman will take. You see what they do on those oil rigs in the middle of the ocean? Do you see what they gotta do? They could die. Some of those guys lose limbs off of a bad accident. The only women on that fucking oil rig will be in the office shuffling papers because she can't do what these dudes are doing. We're built different. Physically, we are superior in every way. That hurt. It's the truth. It's the truth. And don't go to the extreme. Oh, there's some women that could bench press, 300 pounds and squat. Yeah, I see them on YouTube. I follow some of them. But they're not us. LeRon in the building. Salute, bro. Y'all are not us. And that's just what it is. But there's other things that you guys can do. Other productive things that you can do. That you're great at. That we can't do. And that's where the teamwork comes in. You have to do what you're great at. We have to do what we're great at. If y'all are making the plans, look, we could do this, and that. But you're not physically strong enough. That's where we come in. We do it. That's the teamwork y'all talking about. That's it. But we got to make a deal, man. I never wanted this fighting back and forth shit. I never wanted this. But I brought it to the forefront for a reason. Okay, we've discussed the problems for months now. Now I'm talking about solutions. So what I'm asking the sisters is, CB Sports, salute. What are we prepared to do? Okay, you don't like us. You don't want to fuck with us. I'm good. You want to divest. You want to date white men. I'm good. Can we build our community though? Okay, you don't want to deal with black men. Okay, fine. But can we have something that we own? Because you know what? The white people own their shit. Those golden people, they own their shit. The Asians own their shit. Latinos own their shit. What about us? We're buying shit from everybody else, man. JC in the building, salute.
Hey, what's up, family? How everybody doing? Appreciate you getting me on, bro. Man, I was just sitting back listening, actually just absorbing in all this great knowledge you and my big bro Dr. Mark Steins is putting on, man. One of the things that scared me, that book scares me, bro.
Yeah.
And the reason why that book scares me because at my 9 to 5, I am in a position where I oversee a lot of women. And I'm not going to get into details of what I do or where I'm at, but it is never a day to go by when it's almost like one of them is either flirting or got some fly to say. And the thing that I always have to catch myself with, and as a single man, is I have to be careful not to engage back with that same energy because it could easily be a setup. Yep. There's a chick that worked in environmental service that just took one of our staff members to HR for sexual harassment. But yet she's in my office every morning when I get there 6 a.m. for my trash, and she's all over me. And you know, it's a scary situation, man. And that book remind me of the Amber Heard chick. You know, as far as the pay deal, man, it's sad, and I'm just learning because I really don't have an answer to it. So I'm just listening to you two great brothers preach on it, man, and I'm just gonna soak it in.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I brought that book up as a reminder, man, because Shauna said that there was discrimination in women getting hired for like being plumbers, electricians, and construction workers. Gotta understand, those are physical jobs. They can be very physical. I think the least physical one would more than likely is electrician. But plumbers, they gotta screw in stuff. Construction workers, come on, you're moving shit, you're lifting shit, and you need men to do this job, man. When you're driving by construction in your city, the people that I see, when I do see women working, they're waving the flag, man. They're waving the flag. They're not power driving, they're not moving concrete. They might be operating the bulldozer or the forklift. It's a physical job. But what I'm saying is, most women, when granted the option, they're not taking that job. They go to school, they get their psychology degree, and they work in the office. They work in the office, and that's their choice. When given the choice, what do women do? They cater to office work. They don't want to be out in the field with the elements and moving shit raining on them, snowing. You ever seen somebody working construction and it's like 0 degrees outside? In New York, I've seen that a lot. I was like, and I've driven by like, damn, not me. I've said that, like, God damn, not me. It was slush falling out the sky, and they're doing road work. I'm like, damn, no. Joseph Townsend, salute. Hell no. And the only time I've seen women is waving that damn flag. Stopping the traffic, light green, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, God damn, man. Oh, word, Joseph? I'll hear about it tomorrow. Queen, salute. No doubt. Yeah, Rod. Brother Rod said, when given a choice, they're going to work at Target, and they're not working in a hot Texas laying down pavement at 105. They just not. They just not. That's just not when given a choice. You know what I'm saying? Look, man.
That's very true, Drew. That is very true. And I'll never forget this. This was probably about, I'd say 20 years ago. I was coming from Memphis, Tennessee, and I was driving through, I was coming into right past Paducah, Kentucky, going into Illinois, like right around Marion, Illinois, right in that area, coming back north. And I saw this woman. It was a construction site, and this woman was holding the flag, and I looked at her, and she had to have been in her 80s, man. She was in her early 80s. Now, she was a white woman, and they tend to show their age a little bit more differently than black and brown folks, but she really was very wrinkled, very jittery, and she was holding the flag. And I'm telling you, it was about 98 degrees outside.
Whoa.
And she had on a helmet, and I looked at her and I was like, oh, but can you imagine? And see, the reality is that what we were told to get a good education and get a good job, penny pinch and save, invest in traditional investments, and then retire one day and have some level of financial freedom, we found out that shit wasn't true. And so you find now these seniors are finding themselves at Walmart as meters and greeters because they don't have enough to survive with their Social Security. Right. And so now they're doing these things like taking these jobs at 70, 80 years of age, holding a flag. And that is the reason why when I talk about what we have to do as far as making some decisions about burying the hatchet, coming together, at least bringing our skill sets together and saying, listen, if we can do it for somebody else, we can do it for ourselves.
100%. Sidebar, yeah. BFTB just posted it. Earl is cooking bud on Twitter. I'll get to it after this. You know, I will read some pieces. Sidebar, that's a sidebar. But our brother Joseph said, my family has owned an auto repair shop for over 30 plus years. We had a bunch of female secretaries, but no female mechanics. And it's not to say that they can't do the job. It's just that they didn't choose to.
Right.
And that further proves there's no women can do anything now.
Right.
Y'all could be cops, y'all could be firemen, and y'all can work in office. So you do get a look, but y'all choose to do certain things. I've known women to get into law enforcement and they do 2 years on patrol, but what do they normally do? After a couple of years, where do I find them? Usually doing paperwork in the precinct, behind the desk. They're the desk officer. They find a way off of fucking patrol. And they still got their gun and shield, but they're doing paperwork somewhere. Right. A lot of them do that. Now, it's not all of them. Not all of them. Some of them like patrol. But I knew a bunch of chicks, y'all. I ain't doing this, but as soon as my probation's up, I'm out of here. I'm doing something. I'm going down to 1 P.E.P. to do paperwork. I don't want to be out. And that's, you found your niche. I mean, dudes do it too. Right. But you know, the mechanical thing. I mean, come on now. This is real talk. You know, where I'm at with this is that article, Racism and Sexism is Real. But that article was written in 2019, and the one thing that jumped out at me after I read the whole goddamn thing was these black women are talking about competing with white men. Y'all can't even compete with us financially. Black men, I'm talking about, y'all can't compete with us financially. On average, we make $20,000 more than you. That has nothing to do with sexism and racism. Remove the racism out of it. Now what we're talking about, it's not even sexism. Right. You're not working the same job title as me and getting paid less. That don't go like that. Y'all are choosing these jobs where you're making less. And this is with all your education. Your education and degree, and let's be honest, some of y'all ladies get degrees and y'all don't even use your fucking degrees. You got a degree in psychology and you're a manager at fucking Macy's. What? Come on, man. Come on, man. David Scott, the brother, says, Drew, we have 52 truck drivers where I'm at now, one female. You see what I'm saying? 52 truck drivers, one woman. Now, again, fresh out of college, a woman, right? with a degree. And she says, okay, I'm gonna work in my craft. I'm gonna use my degree. And again, I'm gonna use this example again. I'm gonna make $105,000 a year. And I go to her and I say, look, I own a trucking company. And I notice you got a CDL. Listen, drive this truck for me. You know, you're gonna go from New York to Florida and back, right? You do that for me a few times in a year, I promise you, you will make $190,000. Promise you. Paid vacation and all that. That chick will, she ain't taking that bread. Because you know what she'll tell you? All money ain't good money. I'd rather be in that office. I want to be sitting in the goddamn truck pissing on myself. No, that's not what I want to do. See, a man, you know what we'll do? We'll be like, do I want to sit in that office and make 100? Or I could drive this truck and make almost 200? We're going to chase that bag, because what are we thinking about? We're thinking about ourselves, and if we got families, we think about that family. That woman is going to be thinking about herself. But sidebar, that woman with that education, and by the way, that dude that drive that truck, he might just have an associate's degree. A lot of times that woman will look down on that man, but that's another topic. That's a whole nother topic. Joseph Townsend said, my homegirl works for an apartment company. When Ish gets broke, her job is to find independent contractors to repair stuff. She been doing it for 15 years and she never seen a female. Bro, this is what I'm talking about. And it's not that they're turning these women away for those positions. These women are not picking them. Alfred, my brother, he said, I do security. Most women don't want that job though. I've heard them say that they don't do it. It's too boring. Today's society, women have sorts of options. Please don't fault men for our choices. There's a lot of that going on, brother. Woke, our brother, he says, I've been doing construction for 15 years. I haven't seen one woman laying tile or putting up sheetrock. No electrical, no plumbing, no HVAC. The list goes on, just cleaning. Our sister Shawa says, I've been driving 8 years and numbers of women is definitely increasing. Well, I'm happy to see that. I'm happy to see that. I'm happy to hear about that. I'm happy to hear about that. But I found this article very it was not enlightening, because I knew that this existed. But racism and sexism, and they compared themselves to white males. They didn't say shit about black men. And I'm like, they don't out-earn us either. What the fuck is this? They just skipped over us. They taking the war straight to the white man. And I'm gonna tell y'all, sisters, don't bring it to those folks. You're gonna need our help doing that shit.
Absolutely.
You're gonna need our help taking on that white man. You definitely gonna need our help. Don't do that shit by yourself. They created the system, y'all. And singing it and bitching and moaning about it and holding hands and saying we shall overcome. You gotta do more than that, baby. You're gonna need our help. So if you don't make more than us, statistically, you don't make more than us, what makes you think you're supposed to compete with the white man? It's not gonna happen, man. You know what I'm saying? Shawa says typically women will not want to do manual labor. It's no surprise there. Yeah, man. Yeah. It's some real shit, man. But one thing I do appreciate about this article is, guess what? They didn't blame black men. We had nothing to do with that shit. We had nothing to do with it. We had nothing to do with it. But sisters, since some of these sisters agree with the article, okay, fine. What do we do now? I'm proactive. I'm not reactive. Okay, we see the problem. What are we finna do? Can we make a deal? Queen says, my sister who retired military just quit her 6-figure bank executive job to drive trucks with her husband. I'm getting ready to get my CDL too. That is dope. She left her 6-figure bank. You know why? There's more of a financial benefit when you own your own. And 6-figure banking executive, That's hard body karate right there. But I know that there's bread in trucking. I know that. There's people that got hired with me in transit, and here's the play. You get hired by transit, right? Because they pay for you to get your CDL. Transit pays for the CDL. If you do it out of pocket, it's very expensive. People get their CDL, they drive for MTA for a little while, and then they work for a trucking company, and they go cross country, 150K. Those guys make money, man. Those guys make money. That's how you cheat the system. It's not for me though, because I'm a family man. I can't be on the road for fucking, New York. I need you to drop this load. Where to? You got to go to fucking Wichita. What? Where the fuck is that? Don't worry. You ain't got maps no more. You got yourself a cell phone. Get your ass on the road. Leave New York. 3 days one direction, 3 days back in the other direction. You're gone for a week. I'm raising a family, man. Queen said my class starts Monday, man. Well, sister, you're gonna do so well. You's a go-getter. Queen bust guns, don't fuck with her.
Real talk.
Yeah, word up. You know what I'm saying? Joseph says, I know a brother who makes $400,000 with his trucks. After expenses, it's about $200K, bro. And he sees that in taxes. You know what I'm saying? If you own the rigs you drive, holy shit. You could write off so much shit, man. You could write off so much shit, man. Man, the ends be meeting like a motherfucker. That's a great, when you get your CDL, you want to talk about hustling? Woo. So yeah, Queen's about the cake. She about to come on live, you know what I'm saying? Like Smokey and the Bandit. You know what I'm saying? That's it. My boy Vashon, he got he got a bus company, a charter bus company. And I think he got 3 buses now. You know what I'm saying? So there's money out here, man. But not to I don't think that's off topic. This is all very relevant. The money's there. This is an interesting read because I think the sister who wrote this, there's a lot of solid research done, but in this day and age, one thing that jumped out at me was they were in there, they in there trying to compete with white men, and I'm like, nah, that's not gonna work with y'all black asses. It's not gonna work. What's gonna work is you making a deal with us. Look, we're not asking you to marry us no more. We're not doing that. We're not asking you to hold hands and just partner up so we could just save each other. Because when we get old, it's gonna be a lot more feasible for us to take care of each other rather than being in a fucking nursing home and shit. No, okay, all right. Since y'all didn't want to listen to The Godfather or Dennis Sperling, and since y'all waved the white flag on us, look, fine. But can we work together as a team and do something at least? Can we build something at least? We get it. You don't want to fuck with us. Men done grab their passport and they flying out of here, and y'all are divesting and fucking with white men. It's interesting. Y'all fucking with the white men. Y'all trying to outdo financially. That's not gonna work. So we just asking for a deal here, man. Can we make a deal as black people? Can we make a deal? I read this article. Those shades of those fucking hags. Those shades of those hags when they had Ice Cube on their fucking show. You remember that? What are you doing? What is it in this deal, in this proposal? What are you doing for black women? And Cube said, what do you mean? This is for black people. Black women aren't a part of black people? I mean, it was the most frustrating, not even frustrating. I was enraged watching that shit. I said, what the fuck? And they did, right before my eyes, it just dawned on me. All them bitches are over 40. One of them was married. And all of them are I'm like, oh my gosh, shut the fuck up. Ice Cube was being proactive. Nobody on this end that I know of voted for Trump. If you did, that's your business. But look, he got in the fucking White House. And what Cube decided, whoever got in that fucking White House, he was going to present this goddamn, this business plan to them. He was doing something. He was being proactive. Like how
Absolutely.
I said, I'm back in Blue Blood. He's being proactive. He's trying to get something done. We might
Right.
not like who he's working with. We might have a personal feeling about Bud, but Blue, instead of getting on YouTube and griping about it, he saw an opportunity and he wanted to insert himself in there because he feels he can get something done. And what do some people do? They did what these cackling hags tried to do to Ice Cube. Like he did something wrong. No, he didn't do nothing wrong. He tried to get something done.
Right.
So this is where I'm at right with black women right now. Look, fine, you don't fuck with black men. You know what I mean? Your shit come across my timeline every day. Some woman of color talking about how niggas ain't shit. And I'm like, oh my God, the facts, the data, the statistics say that 16% of niggas ain't shit. Okay, 80 fucking 3% of men are the shit. And 90% of y'all are choosing wrong. That's the math. So 90% of black women are choosing these niggas that ain't shit. All right, fine. I'm done talking about that math. What are we gonna do moving forward? Y'all done spit the baby out. Y'all not married. Y'all mad at us. Can we build a fucking business now? Fuck that. We ain't trying to get in y'all drawers. We got passports. We leaving. Y'all divesting. Fine, but can we get together as black people and do something now with your white man and your Venezuelan wife, whoever the fuck? Can we do something now? Shit, you happy now?
But you know something, Drew, and I hate to throw this in there, but it's just true. The funny thing about, well, I wouldn't call it funny, but the reality of this is that of the 16% were created by the woman because they was raised by her.
Bro, we all, bro. You're right. Man, I don't want to take the show down that because I know. But we all know the math on that. We all know how that came about. What I'm saying,
I know.
What I'm saying is,
ladies, don't jump on me. Don't jump on me.
What I'm saying is, being that we know where we are now, I don't want to fight about that anymore.
No, I don't either.
Because we know what we know. We done screamed and shouted about it. We're reminded every day. Every day we all subscribe to the same people. That dude named Dave, Chisazed, the P.E.P, everybody. Do Better Podcast. Growth is in here. You know, Poor Man's Podcast. We have so much data that support everything that we say. And it's not that we're making it up. It's there. We can read it. If you disagree with the facts, fine, that's all you. What I'm saying is, y'all go get your white husbands. I'm cool with it. If you like it, I love it. The passport bros, go get yourself a foreign wife. Fine.
I'm getting my passport.
Hey, I'm not mad at you.
I posted that on Instagram. I'm getting my I'm serious. I don't want to change the subject, but I'm just getting tired of getting dogged out and telling me how I ain't worth for shit and how I ain't strong enough to deal with a certain attitude. You feel me? And then now I'm getting blasted because I'm getting the passport. I'm out of here. I'll be back. I won't be back alone, guys.
Well, yo, you need to hit up Dave because he got a group. He's gonna show them how to travel and be safe about it. So you hit up that dude named Dave. He got a group coming up.
Okay.
Definitely got a group coming up. And listen, man, you gotta do what you feel is real. I'm not knocking anybody anymore because I see the play, and you know I'm an advocate for men because I understand it. And I got a nephew and I got little cousins and they're asking questions like, yo, why is this? And all I'm telling them is, you ain't got to put up with that, man. That's not normal. And I have to explain to them the error and how everything is fucked up. And look here, but as you get older and you get your money right and you don't make no babies out of wedlock or whatever, if you can't find what you're looking for here, there's no harm in exploring your options elsewhere. There's no harm in it. But I do stress, try and find something here because it's not all the sisters. This is just a bad thought process here. You know what I mean? And I'm just done fighting about it because I know. Look, once I got math on my side, you can't deprogram me. You can't do it. There was a lot of things that I learned in the last 5 years because you know what? I was walking around just not even oblivious. I just didn't want to deal with shit. You understand? And I was really walking around here talking about, yo, you know what? The sisters are mad at the brothers mad at the sisters. We all need therapy. It is what it is. And then when I saw the numbers, I said, wait a minute. Only 16% of these niggas ain't shit. So why the fuck all these bitches mad at us? And then I'm like, yo, wait a minute. I'm like, wait a minute. They're responsible for 90% of the births out of wedlock? When I explained that stat to my seeds, you know what they said to me? They said, wait a minute. 16% are responsible for 90% of these births. They said, Daddy, why are they picking them? I just stopped. We was in the middle of the street. I just stopped and stared at them. I'm like, wow, these are children. And before I even explained it, they asked me, why are they picking them?
Right.
Why are they fighting over the same type of man? I said, okay, I done did my job. And they said, nah, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be like that. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So you eat right, get your shit in shape. So these men don't think you the practice bitch growing up. All right. You young men, exercise, keep playing ball, keep your weight down, stop eating Takis and Doritos and quarter waters. Because you get high blood pressure and diabetes.
Yep.
Okay? Get your shit in shape, get your education right. Because that's your main goal. All right? And, you know, raise your kids, raise your little girls to be women so that a proper man could be courted. A proper man can court them. And for those of you that got daughters, your daughter should be looking for a man, and she should be able to see you in him.
Yep.
Okay? Every daughter should be comparing some dude they're dealing with to the father. What will my father do? What will my grandfather do? My child got so many men in her family. Me, my brothers, you know what I'm saying? My uncle, my father. So she knows what a man is. We all work with our hands. We all talk. When we get together, we're loud, we're laughing, we're banging on our chests, we're doing push-ups and shit. Still doing that. You know? So then when she meets someone, when she gets older, and he got, hey, yeah, can I take you out? And he got a fitted shirt and skinny jeans wearing pink and his eyebrows are shaped up, she gonna say, ew, you look like a girl. Exactly. Get out my daughter's face. Get a dude that's a little overweight with a beard, but he come to you dressed correct and he wants to take you out. And he's saying, yeah, I'm getting my doctorate. I'm working on my doctorate right now. Take his number and stay out his way. Let him march on, but keep in contact with that brother. He's going places. You understand? This is the type of shit I'm talking about, man. We need to make a deal out here, man. We need to make a deal. Too many of these single mothers putting their anger on their baby daddies on their kids. They don't need to know that you fucked up and made a poor choice. They don't need to know that. Kids, watch this, y'all. Kids love you unconditionally. You know that? Kids love you unconditionally. When they're born, they see you. When you're walking around the house, they see you. And a lot of y'all are unsightly. Y'all are unsightly. But when they come home, this mommy, daddy, they don't give a fuck. Kids love you unconditionally. That's why you got to raise them right. You got to let them know this world will beat you down. But I'm going to be here for you. You're going to meet some good people, some horrible people, some shady people. But it's you. You got to learn. You got to teach them how to decipher that. Some of these people raise them like, oh man, you know, bitches ain't shit. Huh? That's how you raising your little boy, motherfucker? Oh, well, your daddy ain't shit. That's how you raising your little boy, bitch? His daddy ain't shit to you, because maybe you wasn't worth a damn. But that ain't got nothing to do with you raising this young king right here. This is what you're gonna teach him? Because what's gonna happen? He's gonna treat little girls like they ain't shit. Why? Because you told him that he ain't shit. And this is all relevant to tonight's topic. Because these are problems that we have in our community.
Yep.
Meanwhile, the white community is existing. Another day at the office, making more money than you. And watch this. The average white male not only makes more than black women, they make more than black men. What makes you think writing this article is going to change something? Unless we do something like Queen is doing. Get a truck. I see the beginnings of a family business. That's what I see. Maybe get some property, build a home on some property or something, get a lot. You know what I'm saying? Get a lot, and maybe the city will come purchase a lot from you. Like, no, I don't want to sell it. What you want to build? A mini mall on it? Fine, build a mall on it, but I want a percentage of everything from every store that you put on there. Can we be proactive for once in our fucking life? My point is, racism and sexism does work against black women in the workplace, but it's not only working against black women, it works against black men. And how these screaming old hags got at Ice Cube and said, well, we're a black woman in this deal for black Americans. And he had to tell them, aren't black women part of black people? Listen, there was no mention of black men in this article. Aren't black men a part of the fucking workplace? We weren't included in this article. That's my point, people. Black men wasn't included. That was my what the fuck moment. When I read the whole thing, I said, what the fuck? Now, I know that this sister was an advocate for women, but goddamn. You mean to tell me wherever those black women are working in the workplace, there was no black men there? That's impossible. That is impossible. We got work to do. Can we get to the work? If I shut this shit down and say, yo, look, I need 10 strong people ready to invest $3,000 a piece, I have an idea. How many of y'all would show up to look at a PowerPoint? And I'm not selling shit. This is just an example.
Shit, I say let's start today.
There'd be a lot of people saying let's roll on some AJ shit. Let's roll. But then realistically, there'd be a lot of motherfuckers on some AJ shit. Remember he told Deontay, let's roll?
Yep.
And he ain't do shit. A lot of motherfuckers be like, yo, let's roll. And I do the PowerPoint. It'll just be me and you, Jay. It'll be Mark Stearns and JC. It'll be us three like, yo, what happened to the other 19 niggas? They'll be on other YouTube chats talking about, yo, Drew was trying to take $3,000 from me or some fuck. But if we was those golden people and I said the same thing, yo, $3,000, I want to buy this property and I want to show you the PowerPoint and we can meet up in about a month and I could take you to it and show it to you. Those golden people would be like, yeah, I could be there in a month. Where is that? In Utah? Yeah, I can make it out there in a month. I got 30 days. I can, short plane ride. I could be there in a month. That's what they would do. And when they go there and see it for themselves, either they're in it or they're not. Oh, no, it's not for me. I just want to come see it for myself. You know what we do? You know what we do, right? Oh, my God. He's trying to get me. Motherfucker, you ain't got shit for me to get. The fuck? You don't have anything I want to take. Your business is a risk. The average business fails within the first four years. So if it survives 5 years, it's doing fairly well. You dig what I'm saying? Shara says, I have ideas for community grocery stores for our people. We need black farmers and business owners. We could have our own distribution on lock. Sis, 100%. 100%. I'll give you an example. I was involved in a multi-level marketing business. All of y'all have seen it. They've been around for years. And the product was very, very good. I never pushed it because I was just doing other shit. but the product was so dope. You know, I ain't gonna say what it was. The product is so good. I still actually use it. Actually, I use it, but I haven't built a team. I'm capable. I just haven't done it. And I just looked at it and I said, man, this product right here would be so beautiful for the community. But you know what my unfortunately, I am so optimistic to talking to my people about any fucking thing because we are so negative.
Mm-hmm.
And within this business, you know what I'm saying, with any business, within the business, the multi-level marketing business that I'm a part of, I see black people that excel, but I've seen a lot of white people, you know, they're knocking shit. They're retiring from their job early. Oh yeah, I made $30,000 last month and I'm about to make fucking 50 this month. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, yo, I know so many more people than this guy. But quantity versus quality. The quality of people I know, I might get 3 hardcore people that'll push this thing, but everybody else will be like, and how much I gotta put up? Yeah, how am I gonna make my money back? Looking ass niggas. And I'm like, oh my God. God damn. So I just never, because I've been there before. And I'm like, you know what? Yo, look, it's fucking incredible. Brother J. Timo in the building. He says black spending power has reached $1.6 trillion in 2021. If only black folk would put that type of money together with some brains. My brother, and you see, he's LLC, so he understands. Dr. Mark, you understand. JC, you understand. Shawa, Queen, y'all understand. But y'all also understand our people. We see more value in a fucking Gucci belt than investing in a stock. You understand? Yeah. And I know JC, Dr. Mark, all of y'all, some of y'all in the chat, y'all know what it's like to have an idea. And you say, yo, look, I'm not rich, I ain't got no financial backing, but maybe I could probably get some people together and we could do something. Y'all know what that's like, sitting somewhere and say, look, we got to put this together, and it's gonna cost. And then you just look around the room. Yeah, it's gonna cost about $500 from each of us. Oh, 500. Knowing your ass spend that shit in a week on McDonald's, Burger King, the strip club, and all kinds of stupid shit.
Right.
I have a saying. Don't tell me what your priorities are. Show me where you spend your money, and I'll tell you what they are. I LLC'd my name for a reason. She LLC. I LLC'd my name for a reason. Well, first of all, so no one will fucking like jack my name. You had a lot of goofballs running around here on YouTube. And by the way, don't do it here either, because I LLC'd this shit too. But I always said I never got involved with this to make money. But I was very clear. I said, if I get to the point where I'm starting to make money, I'm not going to duck it either. I didn't know that my other channel was going to take off the way it did. So I said, let me LLC my name. And that came with tax benefits. That trip to Vegas last year, I wrote the whole fucking thing off. I got back every dime. I saved every receipt. I had to go into my accounts, my bank account. I have a business account I have an account that I use strictly for business. Okay, super chats. I write, that's written off as advertisement. You understand? You know what that is? I send a super chat. That's me advertising on someone's channel. I get that back.
Yep.
The plane tickets, the cost of the fights, the meals that I've eaten. When I go out and I talk box with somebody and I'm at Buffalo Wild Wings or wherever, I write that off. I get that back. It's benefits of owning your own. Do y'all really understand Blue Blood, what he's doing? Y'all really get it? Y'all really get it? This isn't a fucking game. See, people get up here and they think this shit is a game. It's not a game no more for me. Why would I duck money? YouTube is paying me some change. And I said, you know what? I can't have this conversation on my LLC network, so I'm gonna come over here and start this other one. And soon this will be monetized with y'all help. This will be monetized. But it gets deeper than what we're doing here. You see, to be at a certain value, it's not only about reaching what goals you have. Y'all know what makes 78 special? Y'all want to know what makes him special? It's not only that he started the LDBC. I want y'all to understand what I'm about to say. What makes him special is the amount of positive people that he's produced under the LDBC banner.
Yep.
Think about how many channels that are LDBC members that are monetized. Now, that's leadership. There's Black, there's CC, there's me. There's a lot. Trill Will. JC's gonna get monetized. Dr. Mark, I'm gonna make sure you get monetized. A lot of people are gonna get monetized. Now, I could draw it out on a board to you and say, well, he got monetized, he got monetized, he got monetized. And I'll say that that's a network of leadership, and a dumb motherfucker say, that looks like a pyramid. Really,
right.
Nigga? You know what the true definition of a legal pyramid is? It's the exchange of money from hand to hand with no product or service. That's all that is. A pyramid, a susu, because the government ain't got their hands in it. But
yep.
what we do here is tax deductible.
That's right.
That's why we don't allow anybody to wave the LDBC banner, and you're not really with us like that. There's a lot of fools doing that. That's why he had to that name. You can't jack that name at all, and you can't use it. You might be able to say it, but we know who's who. You understand?
Right.
So this is what we do here. Okay. So 78 helps, let's say, 5 people get monetized, and those 5 people each help 5 people, and those 5 people each help 5 people. What you have is a strong network, and that's why people can't stand what we do here. I've helped 3 people get monetized. I helped Cadillac Red. I helped Trill Will, his first channel, and I helped him with the second one, a little something. I helped Stormy B-Man. That's my unk for life. Okay, I helped Southern T. I helped him get monetized. I tell brothers all the time, man, hey, look, come on my morning show if you got time. Come on my Sunday show. I want to see people grow. That's community. It's called Lions Den Boxing Community. Lions Den Broadcast Community. Unity. That word unity is in community. Now, why is it? Thank you, Queen. And that's what's important. He's not getting none of our proceeds. 78 didn't say, I'm gonna help you get monetized, so I'm gonna need a cut every month. He didn't say that. He didn't say that. He just helped us and we're done with it. That's right, JT on LDBC member number 150. And when I say there's enough for everyone out here to get it, that's for everybody. That's for everybody. And why is it that, to me, I see Black excellence? And we're not exclusive to Mike, what up? We're not exclusive just to Black people. It's not exclusive to Black people. It's created by a Black person, but it's not exclusive to Black people. But if you're family, I want you to win. Tay, good morning. Well, good evening. I want you to win in life. That's a community. That's family. I don't care what your sexual preference is. I don't care if you got a fucking eye in the middle of your head and you're a cyclops. I don't care. If you here, you support me, I support you. We can support each other. We could win out here. We really could win out here. but our guards are always up. And again, to bring the conversation full circle, like I always do, I read this article and I'm like, man, this sister, she got it wrong. She's fighting the wrong fight. This was not the article. You pointed out a problem, but guess what? This article was written in 2019. We've been knew this. The real thing we should be discussing is how black people should be together, men and women. All right, you don't want to marry black women. You don't want to marry black men. We are so done fighting with y'all over that shit. All the black men that got their passports and are leaving, all they're asking you to do is don't give us any shit when we do it. If we're not bothering you, because you didn't want us. We stepped you in the club to offer you buy your drink and you rolled your eyes. Okay, we left y'all alone. Don't bother me when I go to Venezuela and get my bitch. But when I come back with my bitch and you with your white man, let's make a deal so we can grow our community. Now, a lot of people will say, you know what? Black people can't grow a community if they're not together. And I agree with that. But we got to do something. So what are y'all willing to do? What are y'all willing to do? And I'm talking to the sisters. What are y'all willing to do, man? The brothers only got their passports because they be getting shot down all over the place. The numbers are on our side. The numbers are on our side. 16% of niggas ain't shit, but they fucking everything. 90% of the births out of wedlock. What the fuck are y'all picking them niggas for? Y'all gotta figure that out, man. But we need to do something, because every time I turn around, there's a new goddamn skyscraper being built with a golden person's name under ownership. Some Stein. Weinstein, Harvey Stein. It's not us. And guess what? I ain't mad at them either. They got group economics worked to a science. How could you be mad at them? What? Why be mad at them? Huh? Why? What are we finna do? Are we gonna write more articles about how racism and sexism is fucking us off? We know this, man. Yeah, Teach, I know. I don't want to talk about that here. I know. Our brother Rod Neal says, even though I joke a lot, I'm quietly working on my second supply chain certification. I'm trying to take over, bro. Proactive instead of reactive. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to Black about some things behind the scenes. I'm trying to retire early, man. I'll be 47 in a few days. About a week. When's my birthday? 16th of November. Dogs, I remember my 15th birthday. The fuck? God damn. Yo, can the birthdays slow the fuck down? I remember my 21st birthday party. And my pop said, yeah, man, shit's gonna speed up now. I said, no, it ain't. Then I was 25. I said, damn. And then I turned 30. I was a little depressed. I was like, shit, I'm 30. Bro, I'm gonna be 47. I'm gonna be 40 fucking 7. I don't feel it, but I'm like, sheesh. I remember my 15th birthday. Fuck, my pops bought me a bench press. I was doing the bench press in the fucking garage, the fucking plate. I didn't lock the goddamn clamp properly. The shit fell off. I almost killed myself. God damn. Fucking crazy. Yeah, I'm a Scorpio. But we got to do something. This article ain't it, man. You know what I'm saying? Women get... Y'all can walk right into the front door of the workplace, and if a dude look at you wrong, y'all can shut that whole shit down. With that book, How to Destroy a Man Now. You understand? I know, CB, man. Yo, bro. We got to do something. And guess what, y'all ready for this? The numbers on our side. Do y'all know there's more of us in this country? So instead of buying people shit, can we make some shit? Can we make some shit and support it? Did y'all really? Ah, man, I don't want to go here, but I'm gonna say one thing and I'm gonna get off it. Did y'all really listen to Kanye? Did y'all really listen to the whole interview? I know that nigga's bugged out, but did you really listen to some of the shit he said? Did you really listen? Did y'all hear when what was that guy's name? He was in the Breakfast Club. JC, you heard that? When he was in the Breakfast Club, that dude that owned what was that record label? He owned no. Did he own Spotify? What the fuck? But dude said when Charlamagne said to him, y'all made money for years off of black people killing themselves on these albums. You know, you're responsible for that. You know what that dude said? Well, we got to make a living. I said, oh, shit.
Oh, man. No, I missed that one.
Bro, J-Timo, you know what I'm talking about. Dude said, well, we got to make a living. Meaning, we know it's ignorant, but we got to make a return on our investment. We don't give a fuck what he's talking about. But would they sign a golden person rapper that talked about killing other golden people? They would never sign that motherfucker. He wouldn't see the light of day. No black-owned independent rapper could sign that kid. Man, Rod, you saw that? This is what we up against, man. This is what we up against. All the NWA and Onyx and all that shit, it makes sense, baby. So when are we gonna take our respect back? Get over the fact that the numbers I'm talking to the ladies now, get over the fact that the numbers in as far as the dysfunction is in our favor. We know that niggas ain't shit, but we also know that 16% of them ain't shit. We know that. We know that you've made bad decisions. We know that. But now that we've known that, I'm not pointing the finger. I'm just pointing out what exists. If a building's burning to the ground, look, 9/11 happened. Because I'm talking about it, does that mean I started it? No, I just say, and that's fucked up. That's fucked up. But now that we know it's fucked up and the government dropped the ball and Bin Laden did it, but we killed Saddam Hussein, I still can't make sense of that shit. Made shit worse. But being that we know all of that, what are we gonna do now? First thing we need to do is stop fucking fighting. That's the first thing. The second thing we need to do is sit down and make a fucking plan. I look at numbers different, y'all. I look at all the people in Blue Bloods chat that fucks with him, like fuck, not the haters that fucks with him. I look at all the people in my chat that fucks with me and 78 and Black, and I said, man, if we all got together, put some money down and bought property somewhere, we could like own a gym, own acres of land. We could own acres of land and just get houses built on it through time and move our families in it and have a real community. I'm thinking big right now. And people will look at me and be like, Drew, you can't do that. Why not? Why not? There's a whole Jewish neighborhood in Brooklyn. There's a whole Italian neighborhood in Manhattan and in the Bronx, Little Italy. There's a Chinatown. Look, man. But when I think like that and I say shit like that, there'll be 30 niggas in there telling me that, yeah, that can't happen. What the fuck? Come on, man. That's him. Lyle Cohen, head of Def Jam. A lot of iconic acts left the company because of him. Yeah. Look at his first name, y'all. Lyle. Y'all go ahead and look up what he said. He said, we got to make a living. I said, y'all facepalm like, yo! He didn't think before he said that shit. That was the thing he should have said. Well, you know, we made some ridiculous decisions, but what are you going to do? And then move on. because he would just be admitting it's ridiculous, but let's move on from that. But he said we had to make a living. I said, oh shit, man. Rod says facts. We need each other. Sisters, stop telling your brothers stop telling your brothers that you gotta want them and that you don't need them because you strong and independent. Bro. If you're strong and you know how many videos I've seen with women saying, I'm sick of being strong and independent. The shit is painful. You know how many videos I've seen of that shit? Y'all seen those? The strong independent women crying like, I can't do this shit no more. And these women make great money, live in great homes, and they're like, I'm getting my ass kicked every day and I come home to nothing.
Or they following and listening to what somebody else said, and they ended up, in a bullshit situation and sad and lonely.
Yeah.
Or getting or settling for a man that's in that 16%.
Yo, did you know the suicide rate for women is up? That's crazy. It's up because they're doing a lot of shit that they're really not built for. It don't need to be like that. There's certain things that y'all are built to do. There's certain things that we're built to do. And I look at dudes strange, like, yo, man, this shit is hard. Nigga, you're dipping fries at McDonald's. The fuck you mean it's hard? Yo, man, bitches ain't shit. You 42 living in your mom's crib. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, nigga? Get away from me. Man. Yeah, Mike, the crabbing about, man, we got problems. We got problems, and now you got women, and I don't even think that's a black woman. How to destroy a man now. The acronym is DAMN. You got women writing shit like that, and sisters, please, don't act on that shit, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. Figure out who the 16% is. Denounce those assholes. I don't care how good they look. Denounce them. Get an average man, because 9 times out of 10 you're average looking, and work towards something. Get with your black neighbor and make a plan. This is ridiculous, man. I'm tired of seeing everyone else advance but us. Fuck. This is like crazy. But I'm just talking. I felt like this for goddamn 26 years. I've seen some shit. And I got friends of all races, cultures, and creeds. And, bro, let me tell you something. I know golden people. I've grown up with them. And let me tell you, they move different. They move different. There's a reason why, listen, 9 times from hand to hand before it leaves their community. 9 times. Their dollar from hand to hand. In our community, we can't hold on to it for 5 minutes. As soon as we get our tax return, what are we buying? Rims, Jordans. Going to the strip club, making it rain, and we're broke again. We get our shit in like in February or March, and we're broke by fucking May. Ridiculous. We have to make we have to get ourselves in Macados's Mac of the South salute. We have to put ourselves in a position where we paying quarterly taxes. You know what that is? When you paying quarterly taxes, you telling Uncle Sam what you giving him when it's tax time. You don't wait for him to tell you what you're getting. Most of y'all don't know about that. You know who knows about that? Blue blood. He knows about that. He knows about that. Fuck. Exactly, JT-Mo. BBLs in a Benz with 486,000 miles on it, man. Shit crazy out here, man. We got work to do, man. But fucking stupid. Queen, you're absolutely right, man. We haven't been taught the value of money. We've been taught that everyone's gonna get us. Everyone's trying to get our money and rob us and shit. Man, and this is why I'm saying when I was involved in the multi-level marketing business, I saw white people make thousands of dollars on stage smiling. And I saw some black people, but their network was different. But one thing that they did agree with me with is their network was because they did something else for a living. These black people were like, their real jobs were, I'll say they were prestigious positions. With they were already respected. One lady was a lawyer by trade, and her husband was also a lawyer by trade. So they already had a network of people that trusted them. So when those people that they networked with, they say, oh, well, you know, this is so-and-so, this is a lawyer. Oh, so they ain't gonna do nothing legal. Me, I had to work a little harder. I could come with a 3-piece suit. Hey, what do you do for a living? I'll drive a bus. Yeah. I have to work a little harder. I'm not saying it's impossible. I just have to work a little harder. Understand? And it was very hard to talk to my people because my people think that everyone's trying to get them. No, I'm trying to put you in a position where you could win. I can't win unless you start winning. Why do I want you to start winning? So I can say, look what I've produced. He's now making thousands. He's now making thousands. He's now making thousands. She's making thousands. She's making thousands. She's making thousands. And she showed 7 other people how to make thousands. And he showed 10 people how to make thousands. That's what I helped do. And the company says, here's your bonus because you helped produce that. It's simple. It's very simple. I've seen it done. But it's hard talking to my people, these people. Very hard. Very hard. So it's not about racism and sexism, black women in the workplace. It was deeper than that. They excluded black men in the whole article that I've read. And I say they're trying to compete with white men. No. Y'all can't even compete financially with black men. What you need to do is sit down with black men and we need to come to an understanding so we can fucking win. But who am I? JC, man, let them know how they can find you, brother.
And you can find me on all social media platforms under JC Storyteller. Just check me out, man. We usually come on YouTube on Wednesdays. I haven't been on today because I'm trying to meet my word quota for my deadline. But JC Storyteller, all one word, on all social media platforms, including the website.
No diggity doubt, brother. No diggity doubt. Dr. Mark.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Let them know they can find you, brother.
You can find me on Instagram under my name, Mark Stearns, and you can find me on YouTube under Flawless Mentality and B.E.P podcast hosted by Dr. Mark.
I appreciate you guys, man, for sliding through. We're gonna get more sisters on here. Brother Mike the Reaper said, I had a disheartening conversation with a woman about calling her queen. It was sad, bro. Yeah, I wanna do a show about how we as black people address one another, man. That's also an interesting topic, man. Yeah, man, we gotta get it together, man.
People out here that are like, self-employed and they advertise on social media. Don't be ashamed to share their stuff. I mean, share it just like you share the stuff from the people that don't fuck with you, like these celebrities and stuff. You know what I'm saying? If a guy posts a post of his business, share it. Spend money there. If he shares something that's encouraging or inspirational, motivational, share it. You know what I'm saying? If we can get in the habit of sharing our content just as much as people share the celebrities that don't even know you, man, we can also help move some things as well.
Yes. Yeah, Queen said Junior was trying to help teach people about finances. Nobody was interested. Yeah, he also had to be very careful with that because YouTube gets real funny. But Junior's he's a go-getter, man. I respect that brother. Black Gentleman Grooming Company. I am a customer. I'm about to re-up too. I need some more deodorant and some oils. He's an excellent product. I support him wholeheartedly. And that's another brother I want to see make millions of dollars, because he has a stellar product and I love it, man. I love it. Yeah, let me put this in the chat. This is Dr. Marks. It's the link to his channel. Everyone, please go subscribe. We drop some videos every day, man. Very informative. But yeah, Junior's that guy, man. You know, and I mean, look, we all gotta live, man. And there's enough people in our community that we can support each other in whatever our endeavor is. It's one thing to get on YouTube and start flapping our gums. Yeah, make sure I subscribe to my brother JC also. But I'm proactive and not reactive. This is why and I'm gonna say this and get out of here, but this is why I take it very serious when I tell people, like, don't come in my chat, you know, acting like you support me and I'm wrenching you up, but then I find you somewhere else bullshit. There's a lot of people, and I know y'all might not see it, but there's a lot of people that y'all never know. I got rid of them. Y'all just will fuck around and not see them in my chat anymore. I ain't got to make no announcents. I got rid of like 14 people. I swear to God. Y'all, some of y'all just turn around and be like, well, I don't see so-and-so no more. I ain't got to make no announcements. How long have I been saying, yo, look, you be rolling in the mud with those pigs over there talking shit about me and my family. I seen screenshots. I'm not going to say anything. And don't get into another account talking about, yo, this is so-and-so. Why am I blocked? Because I'll summer jam scream your ass. Is this you? And this piece of shit was talking about 78 or me or black or anybody in the title, and you in there laughing and shit. Is that you? I don't want to hear it. You're gone. I can't have traitors in the ranks, and that's the problem with us black people. Because there's gonna come a point where we might have to make a move off of YouTube. And when we move, you know, what are y'all gonna do? We could take this shit to the actual LDBC site and be doing our lives at the same time, but from the site now. Do y'all respect us enough to, I don't know, pay a fee to see our content? Is it really about paying the fee to line our pockets or paying a fee to build something? You got to move forward. We don't understand the importance of money. Do y'all understand it? Do you know why the haters talk about, oh man, all they do is collect super chats and cash apps? I had motherfucker coming in with that shit. Oh, LDBC equals cash apps and super chats. I say, yeah, keep counting our money and watch us grow and watch our dust. Watch our dust, because we're moving and shaking. Do you say that to Maury Povich when you watch him every day, Jerry Springer? Because those ratings translate to money. Every time you watch them, it nets them dividends. You don't complain about that. Right now, you're a walking billboard for whatever shirt you're wearing with a name on it. You're a walking billboard. You're advertising for people. Why wouldn't I wear a shirt that says Drew Titan or LDBC on it? Why wouldn't I do that? This fucking country was built off of capitalism. Adidas, I want those bloody capitalists to make $1 million off of me. I got flat feet. I feel comfortable in their sneaker. Until Junior makes a sneaker that I could wear. Until A1s makes a sneaker that I could wear. A-Weapons. Come on, man. Y'all ain't ready for this conversation, man. No one could ever shame me for getting a super chat or a cash app or a Venmo. You can't shame me. That's impossible. If you have knowledge, or people like, trust, and respect you enough, there's no harm in people putting money in your pocket for preaching to you, for you preaching to them. Some of you go to church and drop shit in the goddamn tray, and the church ain't do shit for you. but give you a bath and say you're saved. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Y'all ain't ready for this. But I'm talking about building a fucking community, because you know what? I pay more in super chats than I receive. Do you know that? I just told you. Super chats for me is advertising. I get it back in taxes anyway, but prior to me LLC in my name, prior to me getting monetized, I was donating to everybody. Fuck out of here, man. Salute to everybody in Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App. Share this video, man. And I don't know what we'll be talking about later on in the week, but we're going to talk about it because we got work to do. This isn't a man bashing show. This isn't a woman bashing show. This is a wake the fuck up community show. Do you get it now? And I know that hating ass bitch is probably watching me right now. Do you get it now, bitch? All you had to do was stick around for a little while. But you ain't want to show up because I was going to hit you some questions you weren't prepared to answer. But I ain't going to harp on you because now you're on the outside looking in like, oh shit, that's what this was about. I can't spill all the beans in one set. Wake up and smell the failure. I love my people, do you? Because if I didn't love my people, you know how easy it is would be to get on fucking YouTube and just talk shit about us and get 1,000 subs, 100,000 subs. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers sell out every day just to talk shit about people. I could say names, but I'm not. Some motherfuckers that we thought were cool. They're on the payroll. Y'all thought I was bullshit what I said this morning? Some of these niggas out here took money to talk shit about us. They took money. 78 was offered a strong 6 figures to sell out the LDBC. Black was too. I wasn't offered 6 figures. I was offered $12,000. That's the number. All we want you to do is stop talking about him and talk about him in a negative way and talk about these two fighters. I said, what the fuck? This is a troll. Get out of here. No, it wasn't. It was really... So when I'm getting offers like that, you know I'm doing something right. I love my people, sometimes to a fault. But I let the dead weight go. I canceled 14 niggas. I took their wrenches and I blocked them. And one nigga made the Summer Jam screen. Because I didn't say his name, but she sure was offended. Well, nigga, I was talking about you. Goodbye. You were the weakest link. Remember that? Goodbye. I ain't looking back. So again, salute to my family that fucks with me and fucks with the LDBC. Salute to everybody. Salute to my brother JC, my brother Mark Stearns. Be back during the week, man. And this was fun. You know what I'm saying? Salute to y'all and salute to the Godfather.
Yeah. You can't make this shit up, people. You cannot make this shit up.
That man gone before his time, man. But definitely catch y'all on the rebound, man. Salute to y'all.
Hey, thanks, Drew. Thanks, chat.
Yes, sir. We'll see you.